Chodesh Tov. This week is Parashat Tazriah-Metzorah. This week, Shabbat, we read two Parashiot, Tazriah and Metzorah. And it's also Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Haftarah for this week will be Rosh Chodesh Haftarah. So it won't be regular Metzorah Haftarah, but rather it will be Rosh Chodesh Haftarah. Shabbat candles for this week is 7:26. Sunset will be at 7:44. Since it's Omer, we should not forget to count Sfirat HaOmer. You could start counting Sfirat HaOmer. It's better to count after 8:07. Shabbat morning, sunrise will be at 6:02. We should not forget when we daven Shacharit. Shacharit, it's a Rosh Chodesh Shacharit, which means you add Ya'aleh V'Yavo by Retzeh, and then also we have to say Halel. Sfardim don't make a bracha on Halel, and the Halel is not a full Halel. We do not say full Halel. The earliest mincha is set. You could say earliest mincha after 1:28. Sunset will be at 7:45. We should start eating Suda Shlishit before 7:45. Anytime before 7:45. Shabbat finishes at 8:36, and Pirkei Avot, minhag to say Pirkei Avot between Pesach and Shavuot. So this week's Pirkei Avot will be Perek Bet, the second Perek. I would like to say a few words on Parasha. It says, since this week's Parasha is Tazriah and Metzorah, the most part of Tazriah and Metzorah talks about leprosy, talks about Metzorah, the person who became Metzorah. Now, why does a person become Metzorah? So there are many reasons why. But the main reason that we all know, the famous reason that we all know, is because of Lashon Hara, speech of Lashon Hara. It says that Metzorah has to bring, after he purifies himself, he has to bring a korban. Now, what does he bring? The pasuk says, "V'tziva kohen v'lakach lemitaer shtei tziporim." It says a kohen should command, and for the person being purified, that there should be taken two birds. So he brings two birds. Why does he bring two birds? So Zohar gives an interpretation. He explains. He says one bird to atone improper speech, Lashon Hara, and the second bird is to atone, and the second bird is for the good speech. Second bird is for the good speech. Now we have to understand, why does Metzorah have to atone for the good speech? What does it mean he has to atone for the good speech? So now we know Lashon Hara, Lashon Hara is evil speech, but also person's language. Whatever he says, you could build and you could destroy. You could build a person and you could destroy a person. Many wars happen because of the speech, because the head of the country said something negative, and he didn't even throw anything, he didn't do anything, he just spoke. And because of the speech, the wars begin, the fights begin, and many terrible things happen because of the speech. So sometimes a person could just make a comment, and that comment could be just innocent comment. For example, let's say there's a lady, her friend could say, could ask her, what does your husband do? So she could say, he does this and this. He works in let's say, certain business. So her friend could say, he could also do this and he could also do that, which means she gives more ideas. So now this lady, the first lady, she's very happy with she's very happy with her Shalom Bayit. She's happy that her husband comes home early and he helps her and everything. But now, because she heard from her friend, it's not nothing bad. She didn't say anything bad, but she heard some certain type of comment. Oh, you know what? Maybe my husband could do something more, and he could bring more money. Okay, and because of this, she will speak with her husband, and she will pressure her husband, and that could cause a shalom bayit, and that could cause shalom bayit. So sometimes even just innocent comment could cause shalom bayit, could cause problems, could just something innocent could happen, something bad could come out from it. Some other mefarshim, some other someone explained that sometimes not making a comment, not making any comment, could also could be avera. Let's see a scenario. A lady, here, let's give an example. Let's say Mr. Friedman, he goes to work, and suddenly everything at home goes wrong. His washing machine overflows. His wife spends several hours, collecting all the water. She calls repairman, and the company says, okay, we'll send somebody to come and to fix it, and then she gets a phone call from her children, from the children's school, that her son is sick. Come and pick up your son. On the way, she hears that she gets a phone call that the bank that someone that there was an overdrawn, bank. So she has to go and make a deposit in the bank. Okay. Until she comes home, she goes home, she picks up the phone, and she sees there's a message from a repairman, angry repairman, screaming. You could see from the tone of his speech that he's all angry that he came and the house was closed. And so now he comes. A lady, she had a whole crazy day. Okay. Now she comes home, and then her husband comes. Mr. Friedman comes home, and the wife says the whole story to him. Now, so he could do two things. He could be, he could listen to her, hear her out. He could hear her out, and be passionate and say, "Wow, you had such a hard day. Wow, I can't believe how thank you very much that you were able to manage, that you were able to bring kids, and you went to the bank and you made phone calls. Wow, there's so much you did, but you had such a hard day." You hear her out, but you also make comments. You make positive comments. Or a person could make something, where you could say, "Wow, okay, you had a hard day," and just go and down mincha, and just go to shul to daven or to learn and finish. Which means you did not make any comment, you did not make any statement, you did not show anything. So the Torah tells us. So the Torah says that Metzorah has to bring 2 korbanot. He has to bring 2 birds. One to atone for evil speech, but sometimes even for good speech. Which means for not saying anything. For not saying anything, just being passive. For that also you have to bring atonement. Or sometimes a person, like we brought a first case, someone could make an innocent comment, but that comment could destroy a family. So we have to be very, very careful what we say and how we say, especially now, that we are quarantined, most of us. We're all quarantined, we stay home. What we say and how we say, we have to be careful. We have to try to fix that. We have to be careful with Lashon Hara. We have to fix, and Be'ezrat Hashem should help us that we should be able to watch our mouth, and we should watch what we say and how we say it. I wish everyone Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.